Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. Welcome to the Federal Reserve Special Edition Market Update Show. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by TokenMetrics.com. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you need guidance in a volatile market, subscribe to this channel. Turn on alerts so you get the bell when it's time for a stream to start. This is not our usual time, but we wanted to bring you special exclusive content in the wake of the Fed's decision and tell you and answer the question you are no doubt asking yourself: what does this have to do with me, and what does this have to do with crypto? All right. Somebody is going to send me a New England Patriots jersey. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Sugarland, Texas is in the house. Welcome. Logan, how you doing? First on the stream. Okay, Sebastian, good evening. Right? Callie, Rudolph from Austin, Texas. Always let us know where you're from, right? Somebody got me on YouTube for not giving USA cities enough love. So if you are from America, do let us know so we can give you a shout out. All right, folks, we have Minnesota, Austin, and New Zealand. Good morning out there. All right, folks, I'm not going to mess with it today. I'm just going to get right to it. This is your market update. It's up to you, New York, like the Frank Sinatra song. Now, what happened today? Jay Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, they came out with a statement, and the statement said, we're going to let the Fed funds rate go up. That's how we're going to stop or try to stop inflation. That, my friends, is somewhat laughable. The Fed funds rate is the overnight lending rate between banks. It doesn't mean the Fed has centralized control over where mortgage rates or anything goes. It's just an indication. So the Fed can change the overnight lending rate between banks all it wants. The big question is it going to stop printing money? Is it going to take the sugar away, okay, that, the legacy market and the stock market have been living on? And of course, crypto has lived on it too, okay, especially post-pandemic. Are they going to pull the sugar? Now, today, the first reaction was, when all they talked about was the silly Fed funds rate, right? Everyone was like, Fed funds go from 0 to 1%. So what if you're printing money? Then he stepped up to the mic for the press conference, where he announced that they are talking, keyword, talking about printing less money. And I looked at this and I listened to him. And the first couple words out of his mouth, not couple words, couple sentences, was about COVID. He actually sounded like a member of the executive branch rather than a central banker. So I'm like, oh my God, what is this? This guy's not worried about inflation. He's worried about COVID. Now, no judgment either way, but this is not a Federal Reserve chairman coming out and saying, no more sugar, no more printing money, right? No more inflation. I'm over it. That is not what he said. In effect, what he said, which I think is what scared people, is that he's going to pass the buck. This is what nobody saw, right? It's always the unseen things with the Fed. He basically told people that he's going to let the future of interest rates over the next 2 months, he's going to leave it in the hands of the bond market, right? It's up to you, New York, meaning the New York-based primary dealers, okay, that are responsible for providing liquidity in the U.S. Treasury market. The bond market is going to figure it out. So we're all at the mercy of the bond market because the Fed just opted to not step up to the plate at this time. Now, one thing that's interesting is some of the stuff we've got on the screen. The next Fed meeting is March 16th. There will be 2 releases of the consumer price index between now and the next Fed meeting. So if inflation is still terrible, okay, these reports released on Feb 10 and March 10 will probably force the Fed into dramatic action. Also, if those inflation numbers are bad, the bond market might go hysterical. Now, on the flip side, if there is nothing to worry about inflation, if inflation is at least not getting worse, then this could be a really good month or so for crypto. So on one hand, you're at the mercy of the bond market, scary. On the other hand, he didn't do anything today to wreck the market. Now, as an aside, one of the reasons why he may have sort of been chill today and kind of played dumb, like, interest rates are at 0 and inflation's at 7%. And, we have to contemplate what we're going to do about it. It's silly. One of the reasons why he did that, right, was because there could be a Chinese real estate debacle, right? It could be some sort of problem out there that led him to sort of be restrained in his comments as he stated the obvious. Now, if there is such a problem, we're probably going to see that problem later. The focus of this presentation is, can you buy the dip or can you buy a breakout and take advantage of any possible positive altcoin move in February, right? There might be a Ukraine hiccup early in February, but the plan is over the next 5 to 6 days, what coins do you want to try to grab, if they just go down or if they turn around and actually start going up? So you have a catch the falling knife against support or a buy the breakout strategy. Which altcoins work both ways? Okay, so let's take it right into the charts. Okay, Wax says, let's go crypto. Lava is hello from Tokyo. Megan is here. Okay, so is Malaysia, along with North Carolina and Janaj from New York City. Now let's take a look at the 10-year note futures contract. That's what you're seeing up on the screen. What is that? That is the price of the U.S. 10-year government bond as reflected by the futures contract that follows it. So stocks go up, the stock futures contracts go up. Bonds go up and down, this futures contract follows it. If bonds go down, it's because interest rates went up. Now, as you can see, anybody who's maybe ever looked at a chart, video, or book, this is a head and shoulders top. This is not a pretty picture for 10-year bonds. So if something happens over the next month, right, or over the next couple of days that wrecks the 10-year note futures contract and causes the interest rate on 10-year bonds to go to 2%, that will not be good for crypto, right? That will probably create a risk-off event in crypto and stocks, right? So the Fed didn't step up to the plate. We have to live with the uncertainty of this formation for the moment. Here is the interest rate on the 10-year note government bond. Now, one point that I like is that even though interest rates went up today, okay, they didn't take out the high. But if the 10-year note yield goes to 2%, right, it's at 1.8 right now. So if they hammer the 10-year note rather, that's going to create the dip in crypto where you're going to want to get involved. Okay, that's how it's going to happen. It's US 10Y on TradingView. Now let's look at something called a euro dollar futures contract. Now what's that? Isn't that the euro from foreign exchange? No, this is about interest rates. This is an interest rate futures contract, except it's short term. It's like a way of betting where you think Fed funds or interest rates will be in June, this particular contract. As you can see, this thing has got red candles going straight down, and it looks like as this thing goes down, short-term interest rates are going to go up more than people think. Now, you're asking yourself, Bill, in English, what does that mean? It means that the Federal Reserve in the future may have to raise rates faster, harder, and print way less money, okay, if inflation is not as good as is bad or stays bad, or there's a wild speculative frenzy coming out of February. It may not happen today, but there could be a bottom. There could be a disturbance, maybe with the Ukraine, but this looks like an opportunity to start a speculative wave up for February. That's why you want to tune in, subscribe to our channel, and if you like the content, hit the like button, okay? Because this helps us get the message out not only to you, but to others. Now, one of the other reasons why, crypto kind of, frankly, shit the bed after the initial pump was because the dollar went up, right? The dollar is strong because everybody is afraid of whatever's going on in China with real estate and whatever's going on in the Ukraine. In legacy, when everyone gets scared, they buy the dollar. And when the dollar goes up too much, that can hurt crypto. That's why altcoins lost their bid today. Now, let's talk about stonks, our nemesis. This is QQQ NASDAQ 100. All right. With stocks from this presentation, what level can you write down or keep on your trading view and say, all right, these are the levels that I'm going to use to figure out whether or not I should be buying or selling crypto, just off stocks. There's lots of other reasons, but I just want to watch stocks for the moment. QQQ, I'm looking at the level of 339 or 340. QQQ is the NASDAQ 100 ETF. So that's Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google primarily, right? I call it the layer ones of Web 2. All right. That's going to be a key indicator. If that level holds, stocks are okay. If it doesn't hold, it's all over for stocks. This is the S&P 500 futures contract ES1 on TradingView. I would prefer to see this above 4,370. You're right. 4,375. Sorry. Okay. I want to see stocks do something good. Stocks don't do anything good, or you see stocks down 3% in the morning. That's going to be your big puke in crypto. That's where you're going to see, I don't know, a retest of the lows. I'm kind of hoping that that's not necessary. The reason is, I don't know. Powell didn't do anything today to scare the stock market. He didn't pull the sugar. He just talked about pulling the sugar. So it's going to be really important to see what stocks do over the next 2 days. I can make an argument that stocks are awful, right? But I want to make an argument that crypto and sound money and new technology is a better investment than stocks. So as long as stocks don't crash, I think crypto has a future, especially if there's a dip over the next 5 days. Now let's take a look at ARK, ARKK. That is the altcoins of the equity market. It's a fund that holds some of the most speculative stocks out there. It's down like 60, 70%. All right. Now the support is at 67. That's where we're looking to see, all right, is ARK going to hold itself together, right? Is anybody going to buy a dip? Someone's got to buy a dip in order for it to be a constructive period. All right. I used to say it's not a bull market unless you can buy a dip. Okay. Now, everybody was FOMOing in after the Fed, and it was easy to buy the big green candle. It's a lot harder after it shit on itself. It's a lot harder, right? To say, all right, you know what? This thing was up 5. Now it's down 2. Or I think ETH was like up 7 and down 2. Okay, percent. So will people buy the dip? Gold Really shocked that gold was down today. I'll keep it brief. I think gold should turn around and go back up to 1900. I mean, the Federal Reserve came out and said, we're okay with rates at 0 and inflation at 7. Now, that should send gold skyrocketing, but, what do I know? Now, let's talk about Bitcoin-related equities, okay? Bitcoin-related equities. MicroStrategy is obviously the company of Michael Saylor, where he has bought huge amounts of Bitcoin. Okay, this stock has done nothing but go down. Okay, it crashed through support, and for the sake of Bitcoin and the crypto market, this stock better recover. Okay, my favorite stock for crypto, my leading indicator for anybody who's new to the show, is Galaxy Digital. That's the hedge fund of ex-Goldman guy Mike Novogratz. This was at 42, right? And now it went to 13, right? And everybody was like even selling it today on the close when everyone was getting hysterical. Now this thing is back to where it was in February. My thesis is if Galaxy holds it together, crypto can go up. Okay, if Galaxy starts going up, then I think you can buy crypto on up days, right? Galaxy, I think, is going to hold support, and there's going to be an opportunity for a move into the month of March. Okay, now let's talk about simulated Goldman Sachs Bitcoin sensitive equities. So our quant department put this together based on what we think the constituents are. Goldman is famous for making baskets of equities, all right, and then allow. As you can see, Goldman constructed this basket where it contains stocks that are sensitive to Bitcoin exposure, like tech companies, MicroStrategy, banks that lend money to miners, etc. Now, what you'll notice is that this basket crashed below its July lows, right? It's almost like this thing is saying, I don't know, like Bitcoin. If this thing was Bitcoin, it would have gone to 25K, right? It just completely took out the lows. So everybody in the Bitcoin stock sector got hysterical. Okay, I would like to see them get unhysterical quickly. Now, I think at this time, okay, gonna get my Zen on. I'm hoping that the reaction in equities is an overreaction, right? That they got hysterical and everybody got bearish on Bitcoin. Now, I understand all the reasons why Bitcoin could go down, right? You could have a panic about inflation. You could have miners selling. You don't know. Okay, but I do know this. There is support in total crypto market cap around 1.5 trillion. So this was a $2 trillion market that lost $500 billion overnight. I think if the crypto market can figure out a way to have the $1.5 trillion level hold, there's a lot of hope for crypto and for Bitcoin. I'm watching Powell on my TV over here, and I just sat here and I'm like, you know what? The world needs sound money. I understand guys want to get short stocks. I want to get short stocks, but I want sound money, right? Sound money. That's Bitcoin at a minimum. That's Bitcoin at a minimum. Okay, let's talk about that. So from a technical analysis point of view, all right, as we discussed with Bitcoin equities, it looks like Bitcoin has sort of puked itself below a linear regression band that I drew on the Bitcoin crypto chart, right? Now, this is very similar to the type of FOMO. This is the inverse of the FOMO that we saw, when the thing was at 68K. So, at 68K, they called me an idiot for saying it's not going to go to 100. Now, at 38K, everyone thinks I'm an idiot for thinking this can actually go a lot higher than anyone thinks. Now, I may get stopped out. It may go down to 25. That's possible. That would probably be a buying opportunity in Bitcoin, provided it wasn't the end of the world. The moral of the story is Bitcoin has to get back above 38,500 at a minimum. right? I would actually want to see it back above 40, and I would consider that bullish. So if you don't know what to do, you don't have to do anything right now, honestly, right? You're like, okay, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait for crypto to prove itself. Done. Smart strategy. Or if you're like, I already own crypto, and if these monkeys kill it, right, between now and say February 5th or in that area, then I'm gonna dollar cost average in. I'm gonna take it from them, right? Because I think, right, the need for crypto and speculation is going to pick up in February. Let's look at Bitcoin on a 3-day chart. Now, it's tough to see probably on a computer screen, but I noticed if you look at candles, the last three-day candles, with all this volatility, Bitcoin hasn't gone anywhere. Bitcoin is still where it's at, where the 3-day candle closed on the day of the big down move. It's unchanged. So that either means you're going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be down 10%, or there are buyers underneath the market. So when people figure out that the Fed passed the buck to the bond market, that the Fed may have given you a license to speculate, we'll find out in the morning. If the Fed gave you a license to speculate, if I'm right about that and there's a dip, there's something to do. If the Fed gave you license to speculate and there's a breakout, there may be something to do. It depends on your trading style. But at this point, I'm pro crypto. Why not? Right? Now, Ethereum, to be intellectually honest, I wish this thing looked better. There was a diamond formation in Ethereum on either the 4-hour or the 89-minute chart. Ethereum broke out. I thought it was going to go to 3,000. So did a lot of other people. They chased it, and then it came off. So you got trapped bulls in Ethereum. Now, one of two things is going to happen, especially with diamond formations. Either Ethereum is going to get its act together, right, and turn around and start going up, or you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and Ethereum is going to be a lot lower. You have to decide what your trading strategy is. I'm pro crypto, and I'm in favor of buying a washout. Now, Ethereum could go as low as 1,900 if that happens. I'm kind of hoping for a stalemate, right? I'd like to see it sit still. Let's do what's called build value, right? Build value over the next 48 hours. Because coming out of the end of the month, I want sound money. We should all want sound money. And if there was ever a time to buy sound money, not investment advice, it's now or on a dip or on a breakout, right? It's almost like, if it's sunny out, you should think about buying crypto. If it's rainy out, you should think about buying crypto. If it's down, you should think about buying crypto. And if it breaks out, etc., right? This is the time to really think about it, not that they're blowing out. Yes, I know it's a bear market. I got that, right? But sometimes in bear markets, you can get these opportunities, right, to trade, particularly since the Federal Reserve declared as loud as they could that the world needs sound money. Looking at ETH on a daily chart, 2,400 is support. From a Gann point of view, I would really like to see Ethereum not hang around between 2,400 and 2,450. I'd like to see it move either above it or below it. That particular zone is negative. Now, right now, again, as you can see, all the way down, all the way back up, all the way up, all the way back down, right? In other words, total stalemate. Right? Everyone's like, oh my God, I'm so bullish. Oh my God, I'm so bearish. Wait a minute. Nothing's happened. Really? I mean, something's happened. People have stopped out and messed up, but I don't want you to be that way. I want you to be, I want you to have your crypto zen on, right? For when it's time to turn around and figure out what to do here. Now let's talk about altcoins. Not going to lie, this is not a pretty picture. This is a head shoulders top on total 3. That's total crypto market cap without Bitcoin and Ethereum. In other words, altcoins. In order for this to be bullish, altcoin market cap has got to take out 700 billion, right? In other words, Solana, Avalanche, Phantom, Near, all these big layer 1 coins, And all the old DeFi coins, Uniswap, Sushi, all these bigger coins in the top 100 have got to make a push. Some of this stuff has been like, it's like they threw it out of a window. Okay, now to be fair, if altcoin market cap fails at 700 billion, we're not going to have a speculative February. That said, one of my initial mentors in the market says that there's nothing more bullish than a failed head and shoulders top. That's why I'm saying if you see crypto breaking out on the upside, and you want to literally see it break out and then go with it when it's a legit breakout, not just noise after the Fed, then that's a great strategy. Let the bearish pattern invalidate itself, then go with it. All right. Fear No Evil wants us to talk about Near Protocol. Okay. I'm going to get to that. So stay tuned here. And Gabrielle from Mexico is here. We appreciate that. Let's read what Edwin has to say. Bill, could you please look at the Bitcoin RSI on the monthly chart? Found this very interesting. Every time it comes down that low, it came down lower and bottomed out for a few months. If I can, I will take a look at the Bitcoin RSI on the monthly chart, or I'll put it in a future market update. Okay, let's look at altcoins. Lost money lately? You got company, right? I liked Yearn Finance at 36K. And then it just went down to 20. Good thing I used a stop. When you get involved and you're on a centralized exchange or not, no matter what, use a stop. Yearn Finance went down to a linear regression band right down at 20K and bounced. They did the same thing in December. Now, I think Yearn has changed its tokenomics. I think when the Federal Reserve today said that we don't have the stones to do what we need to do right now to stop inflation, I think they just told the world that Bitcoin and DeFi, right, are the future of finance. In other words, we're too stupid to address our problems now. I know that's a little rude, but really, guys, you know, inflation at 7 with rates at 0, come on. So if I'm right, then you should start to see a bid in Yearn. Now, if I'm wrong, well, I guess Yearn will go back to 20. Okay, look at Uniswap, right? I mean, Uniswap went to 11.5, failed. Their support down at 10. Okay, all these old school DeFi plays, if they change their tokenomics, right? If they get their act together, or people just come to decentralized exchanges in general, particularly institutions. No doubt there are institutions sitting around going, what are we going to do for a yield that is better than what we can get with inflation? In other words, if inflation is 7, we got to get a return better than 7. That sounds like DeFi to me. Okay, Sushi. Okay, I liked it at 7. I controlled myself at 10 and didn't FOMO, thank God. It went back to 6. I was like, wow, I hope it's okay. And then it turned around and went to 3. So if they smash Sushi to 338, why not? I mean, Sushi is running across platforms, and I know a lot of smart people that think this has got a future, even though it's destroyed. I will be interested to see if any bulls come in and buy the dip. You don't want to just see people buy dips. You want to see them buy the dip and then have what's called follow through. In other words, it's easy to buy something when it's down 20%, sort of, right? And guys, it bounces back. But after that, are people willing to come in and say, okay, I missed it. Now I want to buy it. You see that in Sushi. Sushi goes on the list. Chainlink, okay? Everyone loved it at 50. And now everyone has given up on it at 15. I think there's a lot of decent support here at 15. Now, they may take it to 14 if ETH falls out of bed overnight, right? But if you're watching this video a day from now or 2 days from now, where's Chainlink relative to 15? You know, I guess if it goes to 10, there's been a mega crash, okay? But if there is no mega crash, if there is no mega crash, then crypto has a legit shot of turning around. So the crash didn't happen 2 days ago. I mean, it did, but it wasn't world ending. And if there's no world ending crash this week, then that should tell you something about opportunities in early February. Luna, oh my God. I thought 60 was going to hold. One of our fundamental analysts, who I worked with to sort of get on top of this when it was at 20 or 30, thought that Luna was probably a buy in the 50s, not investment advice. So Luna overnight may wind up, I don't know, they may wind up puking this out to 50. And if they do, great. Or if they take it back above 60, let's go, right? Polkadot coming up. Cheshire Cat, don't worry, it's coming, right? Bottom line is, it's like I'm looking at the Fed day, and I'm like, how can I give up on crypto? How can I be a late stage bear? Seriously, right? Especially when I watch this guy stand at the podium and be like, yeah, you know, we're going to talk about not printing any more money. The balance sheet's $9 trillion. I mean, for Christ's sake, do you guys live on another planet? You got to fly in from Mars to talk about it? I mean, you got to talk about not printing money for another 2 months? I mean, if the market doesn't crash, it's a license to speculate. Okay, Avalanche. Now, I know people want to buy this, and this thing is tricky, right? This is a 4-hour chart, okay? Resistance is at 74. Support is at 53. Okay, I think with Avalanche, it's always paid to either buy it when they're killing it. So if they make a new low to 53, I guess that's great support. Preferably, honestly, I would rather grab it above 74 when you knew it was good. Because go back to that altcoin head and shoulders. I mean, if that son of a bitch is right, altcoin market cap's going down a lot. So I don't know if I want to catch the falling knife in this particular altcoin. I think I'd rather have this on the breakout, right? Now, that said, the excessive decline in Avalanche looks a lot like the excessive blow off top in November, right? This thing was at 160 and everyone wanted it. And now it's at 60 and no one wants it. That's kind of silly, right? Now, altcoins and crypto can be weird, but if you get a turnaround and AVAX comes inside of its range from this linear regression model, right, you could see some stability. You could also see some serious upside because last I heard, Phantom, AVAX, right, Near, okay, all these layer ones, right, are great for DeFi. And I can't believe no one is interested in DeFi after hearing Jay Powell today. Solana, okay, another coin that's been destroyed, right? This was at 220. Okay, it's really, in my mind, got to be above 100 before you can get excited. It looks like people with bags are selling it at 100. Not exactly a good sign. But if it can bounce off 80, right? If you can get that down to 80 and bounce, in other words, there's nothing wrong with watching. You don't have to trade right this second. Yes, I know YouTube videos have a 1 to 2 day shelf life, because we're live every day for the market update for you, right? That said, you don't have to do the trade right this second. If Solana is above 100 with confidence, then Solana can go up a lot, because composability, right? The ability to sort of build on the platform and have unique features for both DeFi, NFTs, and the Metaverse, it matters. Everyone was talking about this when Solana was at 220, and now at 80, no one wants to talk about it. Well, I do. Okay, Near Protocol. At Token Metrics, we were on this around 9. We watched everybody get stopped out at 6, and then it went to 20. Then it came off and went back to 9. If you ask me, this could be the next big move, like Avalanche and Solana. Okay, Near Protocol, it's like Ethereum without the gas fees with a Polkadot-like interoperability. Okay, it's almost like, you know, a super layer one. right? And once people understand what this is from a computer science point of view, this thing has the potential to dramatically outperform the market, in my opinion. Not investment advice, okay? So if anything's going to survive a bear market, or if anything is going to go up during a highly speculative period, it could be near as well. Now, this is near from KuCoin up in the top right. So not a lot of data. What I noticed is it's forming an accumulation cone. Now you're like, Phil, what the hell's an accumulation cone? Well, believe it or not, from the first technical analysis or stock market fictional book ever written, Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, chronicling the trading exploits of Jesse Livermore. On the bottom left, you have a cutout from his diary where he diagrammed what he thinks markets do before they go parabolic, right? So you basically zigzag on a 7 count, and then 8, 9, and 10 is off to the races. Very crypto-like, don't you think? I like using stuff from the early 20th century, from the 1920s and 1930s in crypto, right? I like that because crypto moves just like stocks moved back then. Simple. So if near is forming an accumulation cone and we're about to enter a speculative phase, the near can go up a lot. Now, I would dare to say that, ETH can look scary. You can look at the ETH chart and say it's going to 1900, that everyone's trapped today. I get it. You could say that. You could say Bitcoin bounced off 33, but Michael Saylor's average price is in this area. So the market could go scare him and other people. Miners might puke it out. There's a bearish argument. I get it. But the bullish argument is this chart, right? I mean, near could go up on its own, but can you imagine near and Bitcoin and Metaverse and Solana following it? I can. Okay, Phantom. Total value locked in this thing continues to go up. Okay, for our customers, we'll have a little feature on Phantom in one of our smaller newsletters. Phantom, okay, has been outperforming. It's been doing that sideways flag thing. So this thing went from 30 cents to $3 and has been range trading between $3.20 and $1. Okay, stopped on solid support at $1.95. That was the prior high from September. So people want to buy Phantom. Okay. Now, if there's any such thing as a big market cap expansion opportunity, I think it's Phantom. Because when the Federal Reserve today passed on the opportunity to control inflation, to step up to the plate and do something now, they did one of two things. They doomed capital markets in crypto. What else is new, right? Crypto could blow up. Shocking news, huh? Or they said, hey, you know what? We're having some technical difficulties over here. If you want a financial system that works for you, try crypto. Now, I'm sure that's not what he was thinking, but when I looked at it, that's what I said. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is telling us that, he doesn't want to raise rates right now for whatever reason, or he doesn't want to stop printing money. So let's go. Okay, Polkadot. God, this thing, such a hard time being negative with Polkadot sitting on support at 19. I mean, I tried to like it at 28 and it broke my heart. And now it's at 15. And where's it going? 12, 8? Come on. I mean, anything's possible in crypto, but look at how vertical that last drop was. That was everybody giving up, right? I always say, where's the give up trade? You want to buy stuff when people are giving up. Okay, so what? So we got to deal with like 3 or 4 volatile days, or maybe not. Maybe it's 3 or 4 quiet days, and the volatile day is off the Ukraine situation in February. I don't know. Nothing goes straight up, and nothing goes straight down either. But we've reached a point where it's like, okay, it's time to believe in crypto, whether Bitcoin is at 45K or 25K. You got to get your Zen on. You know what I'm saying? You just have to, right? Either way, because why the hell do you want to be selling these high quality altcoins or Bitcoin in the zone where, I don't know, they might be a buy for a month and a half, right? A month and a half in crypto is like, that's forever. That's like a half a year. Okay, Cosmos, looking at 27. Cosmos, which we featured at Token Metrics, which Token Metrics customers have heard us talk about ad nauseum. Cosmos is a layer 0 that's unbelievable. It's connecting all the big blockchains, Luna, etc. I mean, it is the layer 0 that is operational. This is happening. Something like one of our analysts said there's like 25 airdrops coming on Cosmos, right? Just for staking it. So Cosmos is king at the moment. Now, on a day where the market goes down, right, or the market goes up, rather, Cosmos, which has been sort of outperforming, there might be some profit taking. You might actually be able to get this at 27. You might be able to start dollar cost averaging. You know, so when people say, all right, Bill, crypto is going to blow up because, you know, today's trading was terrible. I'm like, okay, maybe, right? But most of the time after the Fed, the first trade's the wrong trade, right? Most of the time it takes Wall Street economists 48 hours to figure out what they said and what they're going to do, which in my mind is not much. They're going to leave it up to the bond market. And if that's true, then the next wave of technology and crypto, right, can emerge. Yeah, if you buy, you might get stopped out. You might. But if you buy, right, not investment advice, if you can get a dip or you want to wait until it turns, you might get 30, 40 days of gratification. Okay, Sandbox, Metaverse. Okay, I showed support at 2.8 and it bounced. Now, the Metaverse was dead. And it is interesting. I mean, I could have sworn that, you know, Jay Powell was going to step up to the mic and the first thing he's going to say is, I got long network before the press conference. Because, I mean, you know, Metaverse was up like 15, 20% before the guy opened his mouth. Now, what does that tell you? Well, it tells you that people want to speculate. They want to get it going in crypto, right? They don't want it to just be Microsoft and Activision. Now, that doesn't mean you should FOMO into a coin right after the Fed, right? You FOMO on a legit breakout, right? Not after a meeting when things are crazy. I mean, you could have lost 15% in Metaverse coins today. Bottom line is, Sandbox has got support at $2.80. I think staking is going to become prevalent for both Sand and Mana, right? In order to incentivize real estate developers to develop or at least buy the high-end land, right? There's going to have to be staking incentives. Okay, Mana, okay, pumped, dumped, all in the same day. Not a pretty candlestick, but not an ugly one either, right? In other words, they dumped the market today in Mana, but they didn't make a new low. Now, I guess they could take it down to $1.90. They could take it below 2. If they took it below 2, how would you play it, right? I mean, this thing was at $5.50 at the FOMO high, right? So taking a shot at the Metaverse might be a good idea. The market may have been giving you a preview of February before everything got hysterical, right? And I understand why people are afraid. It's just, you know, you have to have crypto zen. Gala Games. Well, what can I say about this? I know there's a lot of people who like it, right? Hopefully it's a bottom. It was doing well today. Okay, let's hope that continues. If it gets wrecked, supports at 12 cents, right? So I figure if I put something up that says, here's support well below the market, it won't go there. That's technical analysis superstition. Rose, okay? Popular coin with Token Metrics fundamental analysts, right? Amazing that at 55 cents, everyone loved it above the linear regression band, and down near 30 cents, no one wants to touch it. Everybody's selling it. Everyone's given up. So if they take this down to 31 cents or somewhere in this area, this may be the place to get involved in some of these totally destroyed layer ones. If you want to value invest. Now, if you want to wait for the breakout, you can wait to see if it breaks out if you're not a catch the falling knife type of person. I just want to, I don't know, I want to encourage you to have faith in crypto after listening to the Fed. Even if you wake up tomorrow morning and it's all down 10%, Now, Matic broke a trend line. Looks awful, right? It tried to recover. It failed. It just looks terrible, right? Well, it looks as bad now as as it looked good up at $3. It was at the top of the linear regression band, looking like it was going to go to the 5. Now it breaks down at 1.5, 50% off sale, and it can't recover. This is a weird theory and technical analysis that I would encourage you not to do, which is called "it's so bad it's good." In other words, Matic is failing, so Matic could go lower. But if Matic does recover, right, the ensuing rally could be dramatic, just like when Matic failed at 3 and lost half its value. And that is the market update. All right. Let's see what we got going on in the comments. We have Delaware. Naza wants to know, what is your 5 high-quality altcoins? Well, folks, can't give investment advice on YouTube, but we did cover today charts of Near, Phantom, right? Avalanche, Solana. Don't forget about Bitcoin. Don't forget about Bitcoin. Okay? What do you think of a Gala network? All right, let's see if we can take a look at that. What I'm going to do is, because I know everybody is like, wow, let's get going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up TradingView, and I'm going to try to get as many coins as I can, okay, to help you guys out. Okay, I know my Casper friends are out there, XRP. So let me get the screen shared, and let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, so here's our chart software. Okay, let's start with Cardano. It's kind of funny. Everyone was talking about Cardano going to the moon. And then everybody was talking about Cardano going to 0. And you know what? Cardano actually held on support today. So if I zoom this out, let's bring the title down here. And let's zoom this out. Okay. So Cardano goes from $1.60 to $1, right? And it's hanging in. Notice how today's candle wound up being green, even though it went down and went all the way up. Believe it or not, if you get a candlestick book, that's actually bullish. So I guess if the whole market gets killed, fine. Personally, if you said Cardano at $1, buy it or sell it, what do you think my answer would be? I'll leave it up to you. Okay, let's take a look at Filecoin. By the way, everybody who's normally not on the midday stream, I want to take this time to welcome you, right? Ask you to both like the content, right? And subscribe to our channel. Where else can you go to get a complete update on what the Federal Reserve said, like you were at a Wall Street investment, and get custom TA on cryptocurrencies? That's right here, because this is where we give you some love. All right, now Filecoin, let's see if I can jump into like an RSI. Let's see how beat up it is. Okay, I like 9-day RSIs. Okay, that's what I used when I was in equities. Okay, so Filecoin is oversold like everything else. Okay, it made a green candle today, which means, on the way down, all the bulls didn't give up. Interesting, right? Now let's take a look at an intraday chart just for the heck of it. Let's see what the tactical viewpoint looks like. Okay, so there were obviously sellers at 20, right? So if you're one of these people who wants to buy a breakout, all the sellers who were trapped, all the bulls that were trapped, wanted to get out at 20. So in order for Filecoin to move higher, It's got to surmount that level. That's how I would play Filecoin. Right now, if you're super bullish, notice how interesting it is if you dig down, right? So Filecoin dropped and it looks like, oh man, everybody gave up. No, not really, man. It just retraced 38% of the rally off the lows. Interesting, right? 38% retracement. That's kind of normal if you're in an up move. So yeah, okay, trap sellers got out. People got hurt. I understand that. I get it. You do a bad trade, you sell the first uptick, you clear your head and get out. Frequently, that gives dip buyers an opportunity. So not looking to do like, a PhD thesis on Filecoin, but I'm trying to help you help yourself when I'm not on the air, right? In other words, is this market bullshit and going down, right? Or, is something happening here? Is this thing turning around? Did Jay Powell go James Bond crypto and give you a license to speculate? Okay, we're on Casper here. It's a frequently requested coin on our show. Now, Casper has just experienced a huge give up trade, right? Everybody gave up on Casper because it left this particular range that it was in with the black lines. Okay, so everybody panicked. Everybody gave up. Now I'm going to the 4-hour chart just for, explanation purposes. Oh, wait, look at this. Wait a minute. Hey, did Casper go up and then people buy a dip when everybody was freaking out? Wait a second. This is the most beat up altcoin ever. Are people buying dips? The answer is, hell yeah, they are. So for everybody who wants to tell me I'm going to wake up tomorrow and crypto's going to be down 20%, it might. It might. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen. But at the moment, speculators are moving in, right? Because Casper is not exactly, it's been beat up, right? So if you're buying it, you're a speculator. Okay. Now, speaking of speculation, kind of the ultimate speculator coin, XRP, right? In other words, you're not only wondering if this is going to be a legit crypto or if it is legit crypto, but you're wondering if they can actually beat the government. Okay, so XRP, I think, has to be above 62 cents. This is an 89-minute chart. That's the intraday chart that I like looking at. Okay, so there it is. So, XRP tried to get out, right? It tried to break out, but it's running into sellers. Now, you can't tell if it's running into sellers because there's something wrong with it, or if it just is like people just took advantage of the uptick to blindly get out, right? People who were trapped sold to everybody who was FOMOing. I say, let's cancel all that action out and evaluate what happens tomorrow. What happens tomorrow will tell you whether or not this thing is going to hold or not, honestly. Post-Fed, gymnastics, whatever. So Wall Street economists up late at night trying to figure out what's going on. I remember when I worked at Wall Street, one of the most respected guys would be the PhD in economics, the in-house economist who would help everybody sort out. They'd go through these Fed statements line by line by line. Okay, Alpha, possibly the biggest pain trade of my life. Okay, I wanted this coin to go up. I thought it had a great value proposition. They were building an NFT order book, right? And all this thing does is go down, right? The idea with this coin, I think, is that you have to buy it at a low price, not investment advice, hope it doesn't go to zero, and then stake it. Now, sometimes I wonder if VCs, right, have got this and they're the ones who dumped it and killed it so that it never comes back again, right? It's tough to draw anything on this chart that actually makes sense in terms of support. I'm not hating on it, right? So here's the support point that I think is relevant. Okay, so here's a bright spot. Here's the Alpha 2-day chart. Now, honestly, folks, really, are we selling this below 40 cents, right? That's where the whole July rally started from, right? I mean, major support from July, buy or sell. Crypto Zen contemplation. I wonder. All right, folks, let's see what else we got out here. Driftless Cryptos, endless end-of-day streams work better. Okay. Dusk and Nano, please. All right, let's get Nano up here. Let's see what's going on with that. Down with the sound money trade after listening to the Fed. I'm down with sound money. Okay, so Nano probably doing a liquidity event, right? Meaning this is a huge give up trade here from 3 down to 2. Let's see if you got anything good on RSI. Okay, so I'm changing it to a 9-day again. See if we get anything interesting here. Okay, so nothing really interesting on RSI other than the fact that it's massively oversold. Okay, I do think it is interesting. I know there's something going on with Nano on the exchanges that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 green days in a row. So whatever this puke was could have been a liquidity event for people to get an alternative money solution. Longtime Token Metrics subscribers have heard me sort of join the bitter men's club as to Bitcoin being the only thing that's considered the future of money. Just can't believe after listening to this guy Powell today that the future of money trade has no future. I just got to believe it does, right? Somebody's asking about Dusk. Okay, again, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, it's got an uptrend to it. It definitely wasn't a buy at $1. Hopefully I told everybody not to buy resistance, but 53 cents is support and this thing has a bid to it. Again, they tried to crush it today. Look at this thing on an intraday chart. It's like everything, right? I mean, they tried to kill this thing today, right? There's the big red ugly candle. All right, they tried to kill it. Okay, and here are the bulls coming back in, counterattacking, right? This is an 89-minute chart. Now, folks, let's face it, okay? It comes easy. If you want to get long and you want to go for a ride in crypto, right? If you want to get it at a good price, you may have some bear in your face, right? You may have somebody saying, oh, yeah, this is going lower. I'm selling. Here's a big, ugly red candle. At which point you go, crypto Zen. You know what I'm saying? Look for the green. Is somebody buying the dip? Are people buying the breakouts? Right? Does somebody want it when it's down? Are people willing to pay higher prices if it reverses? Right? So not only am I here for you, but I want you to sort of hear my Jersey accent in your head when you're looking at the market when I'm not online. Right? In other words, where else can you go? Where else can you go to get all the things you need to know to trade with Token Metrics, which, by the way, this stream is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. Okay. And we got a couple of more requests here, which I'm just going to run through, right, until we just, can't do it anymore. So please hit the like button if you're out there, because this helps get the good word out to anybody who's all effed up and doesn't know what happened today. Okay, Audius. Okay, so the enormous pain trade that is Audius. Fundamentally, okay, this coin makes so much sense. But there's something about the tokenomics where we just can't seem to get it to go up. And when it fails badly. Okay, that said, right, who wants to sell this thing down here? I mean, it's like below support, below $1. I'm just like, I can't. I mean, I know people got to use stops. And I know if you bought Audius at 2, Audius at 1 may look awful. I get it. You know, you may have to stop out and move on. But I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not selling Audius at $1, right? I mean, this is exactly where it took off from in July. I mean, Audius below $1, buy or sell. And I can't do it. I just can't do it. Okay, RMRK. Some wild cowboy metaverse stuff here. Let me tell you. All right. So I looked at this. I watched this thing, was like totally mooning after Powell got off. Okay. While he was talking, actually. So what are you learning about RMRK? Well, check this out. This is where the rally started from. So you're almost at ground zero. Yeah, I mean, you got probably a lot of trapped bag holders above, but think about it. If it's licensed to speculate in the metaverse, okay, this coin, Vulcan, these things have been destroyed. When I look at this chart, this reminds me of what happened to DeFi in 2020, right? DeFi went up for like 6 months and then totally crashed in September, October, November. It was Rectember. I mean, it was like DeFi was going to go to zero. That's how bad it was. And this metaverse trade reminds me of that. Can you imagine in the metaverse, like you want to drink some crypto Kool-Aid? Let's drink some crypto Kool-Aid. Just for a second, right? Not too much Kool-Aid. This is, you know, an analysis show. Can you imagine if that's wave 1, wave 2, and wave, you know, if this correction was a wave 2, meaning the big wave 3 hasn't gotten here yet. It hasn't gotten here yet. And it could be coming. This is what happened to DeFi. Now, am I telling you that's what's going to happen to RMRK specifically? No, because that's not, you know, it's not investment advice. But could you imagine if there was a monster metaverse trade during the month of February, right? Can you imagine Jay Powell at the podium with his personal pain trade of inflation and massive speculation because he didn't get tough today? That's why I'm talking about license to speculate, right? So as bad as it may trade, who knows? You may wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin may be up 5%, for God's sakes. Because again, you know, what did they do today? Oh, we're going to take the overnight lending rate between banks and make it go up. Yeah, okay. They've already done that in the bond market. That's already happened, basically. They're still printing money. So, you know, this is not an RMRK endorsement. Internet Computer Protocol next. All right. So, you know, I know people want to like Internet Computer Protocol, but somebody's got to step up and buy this thing because it feels like, wait, okay, hold on. Maybe something good's happening here because the 14-day RSI, let me see if this applies to the 9. Go back to the 14 because that's interesting. It looks like a longer-term RSI. In other words, price made a new low, but the RSI did not make a new low. This is theoretically, that could be bullish divergence, particularly since Internet Computer Protocol is oversold. Now, I can't exactly find where support is, right? Okay, this is a liquidity event, meaning this is where people totally gave up. So the way I would play this is I would want to see a green candle and strong movement through 20, right? If that RSI started to move up, right? In other words, Internet Computer Protocol could probably go all the way back up to 28, right? But that's if it gets going. right? Right now, this is showing like bag holders can't get out fast enough. I'm not hating on the coin. I'm just saying, you want to see green. Like, give me some green, right? So this is like the 89-minute chart. Okay, so the good news is that everybody sold up here, right? Everybody's hammering on this thing. All the sellers are getting out. Now the question is, after everybody's used all its ammo and everybody sold just above 20, are the buyers going to come in? For the sake of anybody holding ICP, I hope so. Phantom, I covered earlier. Okay, Phantom is one of these trades where, I'll pull it up again because I know we got people joining the stream late. Okay. So Phantom is one of these protocols where it's like the future of DeFi, right? It's like the new thing. It's the thing, according to my guys, right? My understanding is people aren't even onboarding with ETH anymore when they get to crypto. They're onboarding with Phantom. Phantom is sitting on support at $2.19. It's just sitting there, right? And what does that tell you? Jarek is telling me the 10-year bond yields are falling. Awesome. That's great for crypto, right? That's great for crypto. People asking for NEAR. Okay, folks, NEAR I covered earlier, all right? With NEAR looks like it could be the next parabolic. I'm not going to lie, right? Let me pull it up again because I know we got people coming to the stream late. Now, folks, you definitely want to go tell your friends that at Token Metrics YouTube channel, okay, you don't have somebody blowing smoke. You got a guy who's going to give you real analysis and tell you that the future of crypto is here. And he's going to tell you how to get involved, how to manage your head, how to keep your crypto zen. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's knowledge, it's self-management, okay? And it's pro-crypto. Okay, NEAR protocol right here at 9, okay? In other words, okay, NEAR protocol, NEAR 9. Sorry about that. Phone started talking. Phone's interested in crypto too. NEAR protocol started at 9, right? It went to 6, stopped everyone out and went straight to 20. Now it went to 20. Everybody got washed out. Guess what? It's back at 9. Okay. I showed you a slide earlier in the video. Please go back and watch it, where NEAR protocol could be the next parabolic. It could be. I have a legit diagram from the early history of technical analysis showing that NEAR protocol in this kind of upward sloping cone like this, okay, is a setup for a parabolic run-up, right? In other words, if you're like, Bill, I'm scared people are going to sell Bitcoin. I'm scared stocks are going to crash. I don't blame you. Show me a chart that's going to make me believe in crypto. I think it's this one, especially since if you look at the 9-day RSI, I mean, people, a lot of times when you got a top project, the last time you had the 9-day RSI down here, it was like December when NEAR was at 750. And the last time it was really this low, kind of was back in July when it traded for, cents. So market cap expansion, right? Going back to the early part of the video. Total 3 on TradingView. That's the word total and then the number 3. Total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's got to go up. To get the crypto market out of the woods, that metric, the big altcoins, they got to go up. And if they go up, you're going to have a spectacular rally. Spectacular. But that's if, folks. Now, you can buy the dip. You can get some Bitcoin. You can add to your positions on a shitty day. Or you can buy a breakout. You get negative geopolitical news in early February. Maybe that's the shot. I don't know. I would love to say buy crypto right now and have it go to the moon. That would be awesome. The fact of the matter is you may have to navigate choppy waters for the next week, but I'm kind of betting that like the 27th or the 28th is the low, right? That whatever they're going to do to this thing, they can do it now, get it out of the way so you can grab this stuff for the move higher. All right, folks, let's see who else we got here. Okay. Megan wants to know how high can near go. Okay, I don't know that. All right. My fundamental analysts know it. Just remember, Solana, AVAX, just remember when they mooned, how hard they went up. Okay. Somebody asking for XBE. Let me see if I can get that in here. Okay, let's see if this will come up. Okay, not enough data on that one. Looks like a big spike. Let's try one more. Okay, Larry is looking for, is that MTV? Multivac. Let's take a look at Multivac. Okay, looks like I've taken a look at this before. That's usually a good sign. All right, let's draw some stuff. Okay, so very interesting that this prior high, okay, from back in August, right? So this was the point where, if you bought that dip in August, that it went up. Okay, also interesting to note subtly that it looks like 9-day RSI is making a higher low while prices made a lower low. See if I can zoom in and confirm that. Yeah, that's what that looks like, folks. Okay, so whatever this is, whenever they get done selling it, okay, let's talk about what this type of divergence means. So let's label this MTV, USDT, daily. So when people are watching the video, they know what we're talking about. And down here is the 9-day RSI. Okay. RSI, it's kind of like a measure of momentum. It usually ranges between 0 and 100. Low readings can indicate oversold. High readings can indicate overbought, but that's not the best use of it. The best use of it is when you see prices make a lower low and the RSI diverge and make a higher low. Normally when that happens, when it turns up, the move is big, right? It can be powerful. Now, does this have the power to go up? Well, maybe, because it sort of looks like everybody and their brother has been giving up on this thing, okay? So not exactly a good look, but like I said, they may all be sold out, folks. Someone was asking me at the start of the show, is this a bear market? Yeah, probably, but that doesn't mean you can't have spectacular speculative excess during rallies inside of a downtrend. In other words, if sound money, DeFi, and Metaverse become a narrative again, like everyone's just like, crypto's bullshit. The whole market's a scam. Dump it. Wait a minute. Let's think about it. When this video goes off, think about it, right? Is the future of money, finance, art, and lifestyle worth nothing? Or is it just the perfect time for a major run for the crypto market to make a statement? Okay, this chart is kind of classic in that sense. All right, folks. Akala network price prediction. Let me see if I can get Akala on here. A lot of people asking for this. Oh, see, I don't have a lot of data. So maybe we can look at that and I can put that in future stream. Okay, somebody's asking for Flux. I've seen that go back and forth a couple times in the chat. Let's do one more. Okay, I know I said one more twice already, but Flux. Okay, so in this, you get these destroyed coins, right? with stuff like this, here was the bottom in December, and here's the bottom now. What's changed? Let me tell you what's changed. The Federal Reserve just said, you know what? We're going to extend our vacation from reality for another 2 months. That's what they said. So this, to me, looks like some kind of consolidation to move higher, right? In other words, at the December low, buy it or sell it. I'm going to leave that up to you. Okay. Somebody is asking for Cardano, KDA. I know people who are into KDA just explode if I don't chart it for them. KDA is a similar situation to Metaverse, right? People want to own this. They missed it on the way up, right? Our fundamental guys actually like this. They like it. They don't think this is one of these things that, oh, yeah, forget about it. It pumped and then it dumped. No. Okay. I think if KDA can get a daily close above 6, that this thing can go back up. Obviously, they wanted it today before Jay stepped up to the podium. So again, really interesting to see, right? Does someone come in and buy a dip, right? Are you going to wake up tomorrow morning, right? Like, this looks awful, right? Like, look at these candles. Like, wouldn't this scare you off? It would scare me off. I'm like, I don't want to buy this. Look at this. Everyone's selling. But wait a minute. Hold on. How about we draw a trend line? Oh, wait, look at that. It held the uptrend line. Okay, yeah, it's at resistance. There's resistance at 6. But if they take out resistance at 6, right, after stopping everyone out here, right, this looks like the end of the world. That looks like the end of the world, right? It's going to 0. The Fed did this or that. No, probably not. It's all noise after the Fed, okay? All right, folks, keep the faith. Keep the faith, all right? I will see you. Our regular time is 12 noon Eastern. If you like this new time, please let us know, okay? Keep the alerts button turned on so that you get alerts when we do streams, okay? And we are going to see you tomorrow, all right? So I'm wishing you all well. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, hit the like button. Our sponsor, tokenmetrics.com, okay? So saying goodbye, Logan, Bubba Smith, Michael, Giuseppe, nice guy, okay? Mustafa, Junk Journal Ideas, Crypto Charles, all my friends out there. I appreciate you, Token Metrics customers. We appreciate your business. Folks, that's it for me. I will see you tomorrow, noon Eastern.